switch guys around from spring to fall, or did you kind of keep to that philosophy?
It really depends on the numbers that you have. As a general philosophy, I think we'd all like to have, 3, 4 deep guys and be able to say, hey, we're going to train, and every rep that you get is going to get you closer to being good at a position. So when you get into camp and you have the numbers that you do, we need to find some guys that are versatile. We're going to have to do that no matter what. We all have, some guys are more depth driven and I'm more trying to, what can we get good at, and then we'll go from there. We're a little short at certain spots, going through the spring and the summer and stuff. So we're going to have to find some guys that have to be versatile.
Where do you feel like you're short, or not something that you want to talk about?
No, I think, we're probably at the tackle spot. We don't have as many bodies, that probably more than anything else. Yeah.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Matthew was limited, I know, in the spring. Just getting back out there today, I guess. I know it's not full football. You guys aren't, full pads, all that. But just kind of how he looked, what were your first impressions of him out there being able to do pretty much everything?
Yeah, it's great to have him back. Like I never worked with him in the past, but it's really good to have him out there, number one, and I think he's easing into it. There's always going to be a little bit of, am I ready to go? You know what I'm saying? So, today's a good day to kind of get that going. We're in shorts and stuff like that. So, but I thought he looks good. It's, again, we're running around in our underwear right now, so, but I like what I see so far. Yeah.
Zach, can you write?
I don't know if you think about this way or not, but
I can hear you.
all right, yeah. I don't know if you think about it this way or not, but if you can sort of go back to spring and where you wanted to start with this group, were there things, again, I recognize it's just one day in and it's not pads, but were there things that you could sort of see maybe upload from spring that guys had retained, guys had improved, that you could just sort of say those building blocks are still there?
Yeah. No, I think we had a good spring, and I do think that guys did a good job of retaining some information just based on today's practice. And these guys have been here. They've been doing a lot all summer, with the new rules and things like that. There's a lot of player-led things that they're able to kind of keep it alive. So we were able to install a lot today, and I did see I saw some good retention. I saw some good things, yeah.
Mike, can you write? And Sammy?
These guys have had a lot of fingers pointed at them over the last couple of years, and I know it's probably hard to capture kind of the psyche or the mentality of an entire group like this, but how would you describe kind of what their psyche is right now, kind of with that last 2 years in the rear view?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't here the last 2 years, and we're just starting all over, and I'm just, when you go into this thing in the beginning, I have a certain, the way that I coach a play, just an individual play and what we're doing and how we're calling it and the technique. So we have so many other things right now, and, building some confidence and having success, we're trying to get to that. We've got some guys that have played a lot of football, and so I feel like there's a quiet group that's confident, that have done some good things. It's there, we just have to put it all together, but I'm not trying to put the cart ahead of the horse right now. We got a lot of other things to do, and let's just slowly build this thing together and get it done. But I like the approach. I like the attitude. I like the willingness. Those things are all there,
Sammy in the back, then Daniel.
Coach, you have a bunch of redshirt freshmen, some true freshmen coming in. How do they need to develop to be able to fit into the rotation? Is it physically, is it mentally, or both?
Everything. Yeah. It's going to be really hard for a true freshman to step in, even though we had some guys today that went with third string and got reps today, and they've only been here since June 11th. Super hard. Redshirt freshmen, yeah, we've got some guys that, need to keep coming along. A couple of guys that I think, Bray, Lynch, and Carter. Carter Smith is playing right now. He's right now first string. So those are young guys that are going to be playing for us a lot that need to come along, you know, and then there's some other guys that need to just keep working, you know, and it's going to be a long camp and they're going to get their reps and they're going to get their work and hopefully they can, you know, working off of what you asked about retention and stuff like that, if they can just keep going in this direction, you know. So.
Daniel on your right and Alec.
Coach, with whoever ends up at quarterback in the season opener, likely starting their first ever college football game, how important is it to teach your offensive line during this fall camp, like how to communicate, how to properly communicate, especially to help out someone who's having the first time back there?
You know, I think whether you had a veteran guy or a young guy, I mean, you got to protect the quarterback, you know. So that goes without saying. You know, you've got to be productive in the run game, and so you've got some manageable down and distances and all those things that go together, you know. But yeah, we got a real young guy, and I think we can take a lot off his plate, you know, if we can be good when we're trying to run the ball and stuff like that, you know, and kind of shorten down his playlist and here's the things you got to be good at, you know, for us to move the chains, you know. But it'll be more on the field production than anything else, you know. I think they got, you know, a really good mindset and they're confident and stuff like that, and everybody's just got to do their job more than anything else.
Alec on your left and then Jack last one.
Coach, you talked a little bit earlier about building confidence for your group. Can you kind of explain to me how you are planning to do that throughout the rest of training camp?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a big believer in, you know, you're going to build that by a lot of reps, you know, just like anything else, you know, it takes 3,000 reps to master a skill, you know, like that's like a known number right there. If you're like a kinesiologist